Hi there, I'm Roamy and I'm a singing teacher. A lot of my students ask me what the best way is to prepare when they've got a performance coming up, whether that's in the theatre or at a gig, and just suggestions to try and make it easier and hopefully help with the nerves. So I've come up with my top 5 suggestions for how best to prepare. So suggestion number 1, be prepared. This sounds really silly, but make sure you have practiced and practiced and practiced. Don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Now, there is quite a difference there. If you're practicing until you can't get it wrong, it means every single time you sing or perform or whatever you're doing, you get it right. You don't mess up your lines. You don't go, oh, what's that word here? Really practice. The more you practice, the less scary it will be when you get on stage, because you will feel prepared for it. So that's my number 1 tip: be prepared in as many ways as you can. My second tip, and this is particularly important if you are doing a gig, is to practice the talking. So when we're rehearsing for a gig, you practice your songs, you work out the order, you probably work out the transition from one song into the next. But what a huge number of people don't think about is when they're going to talk and what they're going to say. So my suggestion would be print out your set list, but also work out where in that set list you're going to say something. Have a think about how long you've got. I mean, I'm really sad. I actually measure the time. I work out if I've got backing tracks, if I've got the band, I work out what the time is, whether it's 30 seconds, whether it's 15 seconds, and I pretty much prepare what I'm going to say. I don't write it down word for word, but I have a think about what I'm going to say, whether it's hello, thanks for coming along today, we're blah blah blah, whatever band we are, hope you like our set, whether it's that, whether it's asking people to like your social media, whatever it is, plan it in advance so that you're as prepared for your talking bits as you are for the performance, because that will make it come across so much better. And there's nothing worse than watching a band who's awesome but is incredibly awkward in between the songs. So definitely be prepared if you're going to be doing any talking or any sort of ad-libbing around your performance. The third thing is remove as many of the unknowns as you can. So if you're travelling somewhere you haven't been before, work out how long it's going to take to get there, work out where you're going to park. Go on Google and look at Street Map and actually have a look at what the venue looks like so you can see where the entrances are, and allow lots of extra time. If you're somebody who tends to run late, factor that in. Add an extra half hour, an extra hour onto what you think you need just to make sure you're on time. Because if you can remove all of those unknowns about where you're going, whether you're going to get there on time, all of that, that can remove an awful lot of stress. Similarly, just arriving early is such an important thing. Whether you're performing in theatre or at a gig, get there early so you've got time to think, to prepare, so you're mentally ready when you come to perform. The fourth one sounds a bit boring, but eat and drink sensibly beforehand. Don't go out drinking loads the night before you're going to be singing, because that will affect your voice. I don't care what you say, it will affect it. So drink lots of water, get an early night. I know you'll be nervous on the day of the performance, but make sure you eat, because you don't want to be feeling lightheaded if you're going to go on stage. And just be sensible. Afterwards, once it's all done, do what you like. But coming up to the performance, drink lots of water, eat properly, and get an early night the night before. And my final tip is, remember the audience are on your side, okay? So they're not there waiting for you to fail. They want you to do well, whether you're singing at a gig, whether you're playing a festival, whether you're performing on stage. The audience really want to see your best performance, and they are willing you on. So they are working with you. They're not judging you. They're not trying to hope that something goes wrong. They really want you to do well. So just relax and enjoy it and be yourself. So those are my top 5 tips for performing in front of a live audience. I hope they were helpful to you. If you'd like to check anything else out that I make on videos and everything else, my website is roamyterry.co.uk, and my Facebook page is facebook.com/RoamyTerry. That's all for now. Bye.